Hey guys, it's Clayton at CrossFit 43 North and do my weekly live Q&A here on Instagram. Here at CrossFit 43 North, we try to take all the confusion out of fitness and nutrition so that you can have all of the knowledge that you need and the fitness that you need so that you can go and live the life that you want and you're not limited by your fitness. And that's kind of what our goal is here. So through these Q&As, I try to answer questions that people have on like getting the most out of their fitness or out of their training, whatever they've got. So if you have a question you want me to answer, go ahead and submit that. You can either do that in the comments here on this video or via a direct message here on Instagram, or you can send it to me via email. It's Clayton, Clayton, at CrossFit43North.com. All right. Normally, historically, I've done this early mornings, about 8:30, 9 o'clock on Thursday mornings, and I have a longer. I got some more stuff on my schedule Thursday morning, so I'm gonna try noon. See if this time frame works out well for being able to do these things. So today's question has to do, there are several questions that kind of combined into one topic here. We're going to talk about kind of the difficulty of your workout, and is it hard enough, and did you push yourself hard enough, and if not, maybe how you're how you're supposed to approach a workout so that it was as hard as it's supposed to be, and maybe how you could make it a little bit harder if you're training on your own or whatever. So generally, you should feel, we're talking about CrossFit workouts here, in a regular CrossFit style workout, you're feeling very uncomfortable through most of the workout. If you're feeling like you're cruising through it and everything about it was not too bad, then you did not push yourself hard enough. Now, this is with the caveat that you're feeling good, you've had enough sleep, your nutrition's pretty good, like all that stuff, you're at a place where your body is ready to push the intensity. Then if it feels like that, then you did not push hard enough. Now, if you haven't had enough sleep, you're dehydrated, you're feeling sick, your nutrition is just junk, then it's maybe going to be more harm than good. Your body is not at a place to actually push itself super duper hard and get the most out of it. So that's a separate discussion altogether. We're just starting from the position that like you are good to go for a hard training session. Now, where we see people often not get the most out of a workout, where they're not pushing hard enough, is when we start combining movements with like weightlifting movements, some with the barbell, kettlebell, wall ball, something like that, moving an external object, or gymnastics movements, push-ups, pull-ups, air squats, that sort of stuff. We start combining that with a monostructural movement, or something most people would call cardio, so like running or rowing or biking. And I would say in general, 99% of people do not push themselves as hard as they could or should during that monostructural movement. They view that 400 meter run at the end of every round as like the recovery that they get to use before they come in and they do their next round of whatever they're doing. Or the bookends of 800 meters, like it's just a leisurely 800 meter jog. That is not how those are supposed to be, unless explained otherwise. The reason that is that one of the ways that we can make workouts harder, that we can increase the intensity, and the intensity is that independent variable that, with everything else being equal, is most correlated with better results. So the way that we can increase the intensity overall of the workout is taking those monostructural movements and like just pushing harder on them. Nobody wants to do that. No one wants to go out and run that 400-meter run in each round of Nancy, which is what, five rounds of 12 overhead squats and 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats, overhead run. Can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but or the 400-meter run in Helen, where you have 3 rounds of 400-meter run, 21 kettlebell swings and 12 pull-ups. Okay, sooner or later, you'll get those kettlebell swings done unbroken, you get those pull-ups unbroken, and the only way you're going to get more intensity out of that workout is by pushing that 400-meter run to the point where it is just extremely gross. And that is what we're looking for on those cardio pieces, those monostructural pieces in our workouts. This is one of the things that Dr. Kelly Starrett of the Ready State talks a lot about, is different ways that we can challenge our positions and make, another way of saying that, making our workouts harder is through cardiorespiratory demand and metabolic demand. Sometimes we're like, oh, I'll just add more weight, or I'll just do more reps, or whatever, where that is not necessarily what you need to do. Take, for example, a simple plank hold. Boop, boop, boop. 1 minute plank hold. If you have any sort of relative, like you've been training for a while, you have a decent amount of fitness in midline strength, you should be able to do a minute plank hold. No problem. Let's go ahead and put you on an air bike for 45 seconds as hard as you can, and then try to do a minute plank hold. It's going to be significantly harder. The air bike did not challenge your midline that much. It just made you breathe harder. It got that cardiorespiratory demand to a level that is really, really uncomfortable. So you do like max calories in 45 seconds on an air bike, and then try to do a minute plank hold. It's gonna feel vastly different than doing a plank hold fresh, even though your midline is not taxed being on that bike very much. So that's one way of making your workout harder. So, and having that intensity piece, which then probably will lead to better results. That's what you have to do to get that workout to be a little bit harder. The other thing we talked about, and Kelly also talks about, is that metabolic demand. Things of like taking your metabolism, your different metabolic pathways, the things that fuel your body, and the energy systems in there, and put them under more stress. So that's why we love interval workouts, really pushing those like 3 intervals. Each interval, like work is like 6 minutes. So that's going to be squarely right in there, really draining, challenging your metabolism if you push that really, really hard, and then give yourself like 3 minutes of rest. So you have 6 minutes of work, 3 minutes of rest, and each time you go to the work, you're trying to just push it as hard as you can, really challenging your metabolism and what it's able to withstand. You can do that with load at moderate weights, and kind of doing like slower tempo work. Really challenges the metabolism and makes things a lot harder. So, but one of the, like as I was saying, the thing that's going to be more relevant for most people in a CrossFit style workout is that cardio or monostructural thing that they're just not pushing hard enough to get the most out of the workout, to do it as it's intended. So one is like your whole workout should feel pretty uncomfortable. If it's not feeling uncomfortable, then see what was the easy parts. Where were you taking it easy? We have this conversation a lot with people that are trying to get knees to elbows or toes to bar, and they're doing a sub knees to like a hanging knee raise, and they just aren't even trying to get their knees to their elbows. You don't just magically go from just lifting your knees up to the next day you wake up and magically you can get your knees to your elbows or your toes to your bars. You actually have to try to work farther and farther into that range of motion. So keep pushing yourself. So look for those opportunities of where maybe you're just settling in to a movement and its difficulty and not trying to progress. Use those smaller plates in your gym if the weight's prescribed at 95 pounds for ladies, and like you normally scale that a little bit and you like scale it to 65 pounds, then try using 70 pounds. Try going to 75. You don't just go from 65 to 95 because one day you can. There's progressions to this. So keep looking for ways to progress and to keep pushing yourself within the bounds of moving well and staying safe. Obviously, that should be first and foremost. And then whenever there's a monostructural thing in a workout, push hard. Multiple rounds with a monostructural piece. Do not push the hardest on that piece as you do on, maybe even harder than you do on the rest of the pieces, and see how that workout drastically changes in how difficult it feels. So I think there's a lot of different rabbit holes we could go down there, but I think that's where I'm going to cut it off today. I think that kind of answers some of the questions and kind of how I ball them all together. Hopefully that covers. If you have any other questions regarding this, whatever, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll respond to them. And you guys have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. We'll see you next week.